Welcome to Cops Uncut, the show that puts you in the driving seat of America's fight against crime and gets you up close and personal with the mad, bad and dangerous to know that roam America's highways. Coming up on Cops Uncut, the police are forced to unload on this runaway fugitive. A drunken redneck is loaded along with his vehicle.
If you want to lock me up over some goddamn Mickey Mouse bullshit.
And an SUV exceeds its recommended loading capacity. Shopping Georgia style. A white pickup is being pursued by multiple cop cars. After a high-speed chase across a busy freeway, the driver decides he'd like to pick up some groceries. He turns into a local shopping mall. The only problem is, it's a Saturday morning and he can't find a spot near the store. At least one that isn't swarming with police officers who are trying to shoot at him. After the hail of bullets, he'll need to go window shopping. So he speeds off to the other side, like a bull in a china shop. By now, the cops are really mad. They try to knock him off the road, destroying the tailgate of his pickup. And neither is surrounding him and letting loose a few more rounds. Because he's off again and leading the cops through a maze of parked cars. Finally, they manage to surround him. He's shopped until he's dropped. This happy shopper won't be making the spring sales. Still in Georgia, this next pursuit uses the whole textbook of ingenious ways the police have to stop a fleeing driver. Watch and learn, because we're about to witness every trick in the book. In this cat-and-mouse chase, our speedy rodent is an SUV careering dangerously down a freeway.
Southbound about 80 miles an hour.
He tears along the shoulder and weaves in and out of traffic, posing a clear and present danger to fellow road users.
We're picking up, just cruising along 90, 95.
The cop's first response is to set up a stinger. It's a classic method which will blow out his tyres and hopefully bring him to a gentle, elegant stop. Chapter 1 in the Traffic Cop Manual.
Okay, he missed the sticks, he missed the sticks.
Unfortunately, at the last possible moment, this guy spots the stinger and veers onto the grass to avoid it.
Okay, he missed the sticks, he missed the sticks.
But every failure is an opportunity in disguise, and his little trip across the grass has allowed an unmarked police car to catch up. Officers now flick to the second chapter in the Traffic Cop Manual, the rolling roadblock. They place one car in front of the SUV and one behind it, blocking him in and creating something of a high-speed sandwich. Let's just hope no one ends up with indigestion. As the police cars slow down, so too should our SUV. But just as they try to take a bite, he squeezes free, escapes back onto the grass,
Are you getting off right here, coming up on the southbound exit?
and heads the wrong way up a freeway on-ramp. This is now an open sandwich. And the police really do have a problem. The SUV is approaching a built-up area with plenty of intersections and traffic. If they don't catch him soon, he could escape their grasp. Or worse still, innocent bystanders could be injured or killed. last chapter in the manual, and it's everyone's favourite.
I need to get him slowed down some. That's what I'm waiting on. I'm going to let him slow down before I try to beat him.
The pit manoeuvre, or pursuit immobilisation technique.
Well, he ain't going to back off us. I'm going to have to stay with him close enough where I can beat him when he slows down enough.
To execute this successfully, a police car needs to get close enough to the back of the SUV to knock it sideways, forcing it to skid off the road.
We're coming up on live traffic, y'all watch that.
And sure enough, one officer sees his chance.
See if you can slow him down. We're coming into town. Let me beat him.
Maybe he should put the manual down. Unfortunately, this lawbreaker seems to be one page ahead of the police. At the last possible second, he evades the pit. He makes it into the suburbs, home free.
Go bus traffic, folks. Be careful. Y'all back off and be careful. We can't keep letting him go through town like this.
But amid the traffic, he finds it more difficult to maintain his high speed.
If you can, hit him up here, but motherfucker goes here for life.
Time to throw away the manual and act on instinct.
Hit him now.
This time, they make sure not to let him get away.
Take him out.
Not just pitting him, but surrounding him with cop cars. He tries one last evasive manoeuvre, escaping through the window, but he doesn't get far. He's arrested and charged with reckless driving and attempting to elude the police. The cops stop short of throwing the book at him, though. They'll need it for their next high-speed chase. Of course, all of these manoeuvres are dangerous, and any one of them can go wrong, no matter how careful the police are. These officers are pursuing a pickup after the driver was spotted driving erratically.
1112 advising he is dangerous. He tried to ram 2 other vehicles.
The suspect reaches speeds of 100 miles an hour. And veers dangerously around large freight traffic. The danger to other road users is obvious. So the police try the rolling roadblock. One of their cars manages to get ahead of the fugitive. But unfortunately, things don't quite go to plan. The driver of the pickup sustained serious injuries as his out-of-control car skidded over the central reservation and into the path of oncoming traffic. Miraculously, no one was killed. Talking of miracles, one 6-year-old girl from Sunnyside, Washington is lucky her shopping trip didn't end in disaster. She ambles along the sidewalk, falling behind her parents, when suddenly she sees something heading towards her. She flinches. She tries to run. Suddenly, she's engulfed by a speeding Toyota. Incredibly, the little girl survived this ordeal completely unscathed. She was saved by a parking pole, which lifted the Toyota clean off the ground and stopped her from being crushed. If the little girl hadn't been standing in exactly that position, she would almost certainly have been severely injured, if not killed. The motorist was charged with reckless driving and told to work on her parking skills. Another lucky escape, this time in Center, Texas. The driver of this SUV was visiting the State Bank drive-through. Unfortunately, he'd forgotten that he was towing a brand new trailer. He hadn't set out to break the bank, but incredibly, he and his 10-year-old son leapt out just in time. Still, this has to be one of the worst financial crashes in history. Lorain County, Ohio, and there's a sexual predator on the loose. This one is on the hunt for a new sex toy, and he's checking out this local adult store. He's clearly found visiting during daylight hours far too embarrassing. Or not enough of a thrill, so he returns at night. After prowling to the front of the store, he eases his car through the entrance, smashing open the doors. He leaves the car coasting as he checks out the merchandise, finds his prize, leaving the bigger version behind, and with his car waiting for him at the exit, he jumps in and destroys another set of doors on the way out. The damage he caused comes to $20,000. The item he stole was only worth $150, not including batteries. All that just to save him the embarrassment of buying it. Sometimes citizens react badly to being pulled over. This gentleman in Atlanta, Georgia, is convinced that, contrary to all the sobriety tests he's just failed, he is perfectly sober.
So, George, this time I'm going to place you under arrest for driving under the influence of alcohol.
You gotta be kidding.
No, sir.
The trooper's decision to charge him with driving under the influence doesn't go down well.
I'm not drunk, I'm not intoxicated, and I'm not submitting to a damn thing that you got, but I hope you're real happy with yourself. I hope you're real fucking happy.
Well, let me advise you something, okay, right now?
Feel whatever you want to, okay? Bubblegum Mickey Mouse bullshit.
I'm going to need you to lower your voice.
I don't give a fuck what you need. You want to lock me up over some goddamn Mickey Mouse bullshit?
Drinking and driving is pretty serious, sir.
Bull fucking shit.
Bubblegum motherfucker.
85 on 30.
I hope you're happy. I want my damn cigarettes back. I smoke for a living. I want to know your goddamn name, nutsucker. Tell me. You weak-minded motherfucker, tell me. I don't give a fuck who you call. Tell me your goddamn name.
I'm not calling anybody.
Tell me your goddamn name then, motherfucker.
Motherfucker?
Motherfucker, tell me your goddamn name.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. You're such a Mickey Mouse piece of shit. Thank you, okay? You want to play your goddamn Mickey Mouse, get the goddamn brownie points. Bull fucking shit. And I hope you get brownie points up your fucking ass. Stupid son of a bitch. And I wish to God I had an opportunity to beat you on the street outside that goddamn uniform, okay? You Mickey Mouse motherfucker, you. Because you ain't fucking shit.
George, are you threatening me?
Am I what?
Are you threatening me?
Is a threat the same thing as a promise? You pussy asshole, you. I hope you got me on goddamn tape. I hope the fuck you do. Because you are such a Mickey Mouse. You are such a Mickey Mouse motherfucker.
Well, you get the idea. Now, the last thing you expect when you're stopping one drunk driver is for another to crash the party. Unless you live in Kansas City. These officers are happily dealing with one slightly worse for wear motorist when out of the blue comes another one.
230. We need a code 1 ambulance. Officer's been hit by a car.
Now, no one likes to drink alone, but what was this driver thinking when she scooted down a row of parked police vehicles and crashed into the car they'd just pulled over? Did she think no one would notice?
We need a code 1 ambulance. Officer's been hit by a car.
Fortunately, no serious injuries were sustained during this incident.
What'd he get?
But the police couldn't believe their luck. Having ordered a single, they were served a double. When they are fleeing the cops, some people like to stay on the wide-open highway. Others like to use side streets. While guys like this think off-road is best. As terrified pedestrians flee from his minivan, this suspect has clearly decided the best way to outrun police officers in Fort Wright, Kentucky, is to lead them up the garden path. Or just through the garden itself, with absolutely no thought to the flower beds. Finally, our pursuing police officer decides that he's had enough of off-roading and tries to outflank the suspect by using good old tarmac. Which nearly works, but the roads are a mere suggestion to this guy. If the shorter route is across the lawn, then across the lawn he'll go. Finally, he tries to jump one flower bed too many and gets bogged down in the earth. This nature-loving fugitive is arrested shortly afterwards, hiding amongst the trees. And he's not the only crook with a hankering for nature. This is Heritage Oaks Golf Club in Sarasota, Florida. A peaceful, exclusive club where members can enjoy a round of golf in peace and quiet. Well, most of the time. The man in this Jeep is fleeing police because of an outstanding warrant. He's decided he might be able to give them the slip in the bunkers of Heritage Oaks. Unfortunately for him, the police know a few things about reading the greens and force him into the rough, where he's apprehended and charged.
Oh, dude, his car's all fucked up.
What's your best bet for how many years he got? 4. If you do get pulled over by the police, there are a number of things you should never do if you want to persuade them that you're sober. One is to say really dumb things.
My foot was out the window. I didn't know that was illegal.
Well, how are you going to use the brake if your feet are hanging out the window?
Well, I got this foot here. But no, I'm not knocking. I'm not saying if it's illegal, you're right, I'm wrong.
The best thing you can do to persuade cops you're sober is bend over backwards to help them. But not like this.
So I can do this.
Don't do that again.
He may have landed on his feet that time, but he's still going to jail.
Go ahead and step around the side for me.
No dogs in the back of the car, are there?
No, I ain't got no dogs back here.
Sometimes the most dangerous moments for traffic cops are when they're outside their vehicles. These Utah state troopers are assisting a motorist at the scene of an accident, but their day's about to get much more exciting. The officers' quick reactions save them. While the motorist had sought shelter in his car, the cops had relied on their fleet of foot. Elsewhere in Utah, traffic police are about to face another kind of danger. This driver in Salt Lake City is wanted for a simple traffic violation. But his reaction to being pulled over is anything but routine. He races through the nighttime streets, ignoring traffic signs and reaching speeds of up to 75 miles an hour. The pursuing officers don't want to lose him, but they know they can't just ignore the rules because that's what he's doing.
Clear, intersection, clear right, clear right, clear right.
So it's back to chapter 1, they decide to use a stinger, which will blow out his tyres. It works, and his tyres are shredded.
He's gonna crash.
But the spikes have also hit 2 of the police car's wheels. Not sure that's in the manual. The suspect is driving on the wrong side of the road with 3 tyres and 1 wheel rim. And the police following are struggling to maintain control of their own vehicle. Things are becoming desperate. The longer this chase continues, the more dangerous it gets. The police move straight to Chapter 3 and try a last-ditch pit manoeuvre. And they're successful. The driver makes a run for it, but he's caught 200 yards away. Inside the car was a stash of drugs, some of which the police suspect he'd recently taken. He was also carrying an outstanding warrant for threatening use of a dangerous weapon. Little wonder he didn't want to stop for a traffic violation. So, what have we learned today on Cops Uncut? Driving into a crime scene is not the best way to avoid police. In Atlanta, Mickey Mouse is a recognised swear word.
You wanna lock me up over some goddamn Mickey Mouse bullshit?
Bubblegum motherfucker.
And some people will do anything for a bargain.